What up, tag team? It's your boy Scooter here to talk about Raw. It is the Raw before Survivor Series or the Go Home show. We're gonna kind of fly by it because a lot of it, of course, is setting up Survivor Series, and it opens up with KO talking about why he joined the Brutes basically to be on that team. So in one of the in the men's war games, it's the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and KO. So of course KO saying his thing. He brings out the Brutes. He brings out McIntyre. They're talking that talk. Then Judgment Day comes out. Eventually that leads into a 6-man tag. The Brawling Brutes versus the Judgment Day. That eventually leads to the OC coming out. Boom, boom, boom. Brawling Brutes get that W. And even Judgment Day gets beat up a little bit. Um, You had Johnny Gargano was supposed to go against The Miz. The Miz so-called sliced his hand on the cactus during a TikTok. I don't know if that's true or not. But from that, Miz was like, well, hey, I got somebody else. And it ended up being Omos. Come on now. Gargano loses to Omos. Um, Rollins has a promo about the fact that, so just announced it's going to be a triple threat for the U.S. title. Rollins, Theory, Lashley. Rollins had a sit down interview talking about, going against both competitors and how Theory has this new side. Lashley is this, but the problem is they haven't prepared for me. You know, I'm the more dangerous one in the match. Blah, blah, blah. We'll see where it goes. Theory sees it. He's like, okay, well, I'm still going to keep showing y'all this new me. He has a match with Ali. He wins. Um, to where Bobby was to where Theory heard what to where Bobby heard what Theory said. Bobby comes out. Bobby and Theory kind of battle it out for a little bit until people come break it up. The typical pull apart. You had Alpha Academy versus Riddle and Elias. Um, I want to say Riddle and Elias. Yeah, Riddle and Elias got that W. I want to say I think they said Riddle hit the bro Derek. I can't remember. I saw the end, but it um Corbin and McIntyre went at it because they're doing this whole they're kind of throwing it back to when JBL and Farouk used to play poker at the APA, and now it's not McIntyre. It's Corbin and JBL playing poker. McIntyre comes in, he ruins it. It leads to a match. McIntyre gets that W. Exactly right. All it is just it's getting the faces their momentum going into SmackDown. Um, Other segments, other promos. Bianca and the face have their promo, and of course, until the heels come out. The OC had an interview, and officially, Mia Yim's new name is Michan. They've been calling her that because it means crazy in Korean. Officially, that is her name, Michan. Uh, a lot of people on the net ain't too happy about that. But OC and Judgment, they get into a brawl backstage. It spills outside. Security, everybody had to come break it up. But final match of the night was to determine the advantage, because in war games you get that one man or woman advantage. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Of course, shenanigan things happens. Rhea Ripley gets the W. So Damage Control, Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley will have the advantage for War Games. And Bianca's promo, she announced that their fifth member will be there Friday. So it's a pretty okay episode going into SmackDown, going into the final live event before Survivor Series. So if you're keeping tabs with Survivor Series, we have a triple threat match for the U.S. title: Rollins, Theory, Lashley. We got Shotzi versus Ronda for the SmackDown Women's title. We have the Men War Games, Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge with Drew McIntyre and KO. We have the Women's War Games match, which Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa, and Michin. And like I said, they're supposed to announce their fifth Friday. What else they got on War Games? Uh, I just drew a blank. Because they're not doing none of the brand supremacy thing, which is cool. It's just like matches to blow off. Oh, Finn Balor and AJ Styles. Um, I think that match is going to go beyond. I think they're going to eventually have Judgment Day versus OC 4v4 with that. Um, and on SmackDown, it's supposed to be Ridge and Butch versus, or is it McIntyre? Is it Ridge and Butch or McIntyre and Sheamus? But it's supposed to be two members of that team versus the Usos to determine who gets the advantage of the men's War Games match. So we'll see how that plays out Friday. We'll also get the women's fifth competitor. Excuse me. I am trying to think what else was Survivor Series. I think that's all the matches so far. The women's SmackDown Women's Championship, the two War Games, the United States Championship, Balor versus AJ, unless they add, which they could happen on Friday, but unless they add Bray Wyatt and LA Knight, considering what happened on SmackDown last week, that's about it. Um, hopefully, I could give you a SmackDown review, and hopefully us tag boys would give y'all that AEW full gear review. Spoiler alert, there is a new champ. I know, I've been dethroned. I'm getting my belt back. But yeah, I'm your boy Scooter Lou. That was literally the quickest of quick with Raw, setting everything up for Survivor Series. It was an okay, pretty decent go home show. Just setting it all up for Saturday. Because yes, Survivor Series is Saturday, but of course it's rolling into everything Friday to lead you into Saturday. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Shout out to Jaeger, shouts out to Dizzle, shouts out to Juggs. And like our tag boys, let me warm it up because them elite boys did come back Saturday. So let me warm up this and tag out.